So hey guys, I embarrassed myself the other day and I wanted to make a video about it. So the other day, actually last Saturday I think it was, I went to the store, right, and I was looking around, and you guys know I collect Beanie Babies, right? And so I went over there and I saw these two Beanie Babies and I'm like, oh my god, they're so cute. And I had both of them already, but there was one that I really wanted to get my friend. So I go up to the counter and I went to check out, and the lady's like, I think these are for displays only. I'm like, oh, I am so sorry, because I didn't know they weren't for sale. And, they didn't have, not for sale, display only. They didn't have that, so that's why I thought it was for sale. And I felt really embarrassed because I'm like, shouldn't they have put that? Shouldn't they have said, oh, this is not for sale or something? It's a store. People are going to assume that it's for sale. And I'm sure I'm not the first person to have done that. I'm sure there's other people that were like, oh, this is so cute. Is this for sale? So I was really embarrassed about that. I'm like, why is it in a store if it's not for sale? People are going to think it's for sale. And I was one of those people. I'm sure I'm not the first person to think it was for sale. And that reminds me of another story where something else similar happened to me. I embarrassed myself again, but I didn't know. Again, they didn't have a sign that said that it's not for sale. So I went to this other place, not in my hometown, but a little, not too far from my hometown. And I went into the store, right, and I saw a Beanie Baby again. I took it off this top shelf or whatever, thinking it was for sale, because again, it was in a store and they didn't say that it wasn't for sale, and they didn't have a sign that said this stuff out here ain't for sale. And so I go to the cash register, and these ladies they were a little rude about it. They're like, oh, that's from my daughter. That's my daughter's collection. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna be an entitled bee and complain about it not being for sale when it's in a store to the people's faces or anything. So I completely understand, but they didn't have sign that said, no, this isn't for sale, or this is display only. Neither one of these places did. But I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and I kept apologizing, and they were very nice afterwards about it. They were like, oh, it's okay. And I'm sure it happens all the time there too. And I think she even told me it happens all the time. And that's what annoys me so much about it. I hate this so much. I hate feeling embarrassed, and I hate when they don't specify or clarify no, this stuff isn't for sale, because it's display only. They don't have signs up and stuff. So I did feel a little embarrassed about it, even though it wasn't my fault. And so yeah, I didn't really like that store anyway. I felt like their Beanie Babies were overpriced. Not the first store, but this other store. But if you're a business and you have stuff in the store, people are going to think that stuff is for sale. And I hate to sound like a B word for saying that, but people are going to think it's for sale. And so the next time I went into the second shop that I'm talking about, they had, oh, stuff is not for sale. So I'm like, finally they learned their lesson, because people are probably always picking up stuff from the top shelf thinking that it's for sale when it's not, and embarrassing themselves. And these ladies are probably being kind of rude to them a little bit about it, because again, nobody knows that that's not for sale unless you have a sign. Like I said, I'm probably not the first person. I'm probably not the last person that did it. But I embarrassed myself. So that's my story time. I know it's short and really weird, and I don't know. Excuse me. I just want you guys to know that I'm not entitled. I'm not going to throw a fit because I didn't get these Beanie Babies. I eventually found them other places for cheaper or something. I'm not going to throw a fit. I'm not going to be a Karen about it. I'm just coming on here to tell you a story about me embarrassing myself and kind of ranting a little bit. Has this ever happened to you? Let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.